What is up, truckers? Today we're going to be talking about the 3 reasons that you should consider getting into fuel hauling or tanking in general. And I'm going to go over all 3 of these points and give you reasons why you should consider tank driving. Okay, so before you get into tank driving, you're going to have to get your feet wet in the industry. You'll probably have to go with a starter company, and it might not be exactly what you want in the same field that you want to end up in. For example, I started out with a chemical tanking company out of Houston, and I didn't want to haul chemicals. I had my eyes set on fuel hauling, but I noticed that there was a chemical company near my area that actually offered training. It was really hard to get into tanking with no experience driving tankers. So I took what I could get because I was hauling, I was doing local stuff first, then I did some line haul overnight, and then I did regional van driving. And I always knew that I wanted to get into tank driving, but I didn't have any real guidance or anything like that. Nobody in my family was ever a truck driver. None of my friends were truck drivers. I kind of just fell into this on my own. So this whole 5-year journey that I've been on has been me just talking to other drivers and watching videos and stuff like I'm making now. So I noticed there was this chemical company, and at first I thought it was by my house. Come to find out, it was a 2-hour drive away. It was in Augusta, Georgia, but it was over the road. And this was the first job that I actually took over the road, but I had weekends off. So I reached out to them because I saw an ad on Indeed and I applied and never heard anything back. I went and found out the company's name and number on the internet, called them, talked to a recruiter, and then the same day I had a phone interview, and then 2 days later I had an interview in person. I was in. Okay, I got my foot in the door. Now this was smooth bore tanking, and it's a lot different than fuel hauling, but it's good work, it's good money, and I enjoyed it. I only worked there 4 months though, because I got into fuel hauling after that with this starter company. Now, before you get into tank driving, you really don't understand kind of what goes into it. At least I didn't until I really started researching it and everything. But you're gonna hear a lot of people say, "Oh, it's dangerous. You're hauling a bomb. It's really dangerous. And is it worth it?" No amount of money is worth risking your life. Tell that to a cop, a police officer, a firefighter, someone in the military or something. Guys, once you've been doing it for a while, it's just like driving a car. Any kind of truck is dangerous. So don't let other people dissuade what you want to do. Keep your focus. When you get into truck driving, you need to have a plan, okay? You need to plan out what you want to do, what kind of stuff you want to be hauling. You need to have kind of an end goal if you plan on making a career out of this. Now, if you're using truck driving just for a vehicle to get your financial situation, to start your own business or whatever, that's fine too. Just have an end goal. For me, I plan on making trucking my career, so I always knew that early on into trucking, about a year or 2 in, I knew I wanted to drive tanker, but it's not that hard. It's not that easy to get in, especially if you're in an area where there's not a lot of jobs. I live in Atlanta, so there's a lot of jobs in my area, but there's also a lot of competition. Now, the reasons that you should get into tank driving, the first reason, guys, is it's consistent. So most of the time you're hauling liquid chemicals or fuel, and there's always a need for it. Some of the stuff that we hauled at the chemical company, it went all over the place, and this stuff is used in more things that you know. All these products in your household, when you read like the backs of the labels and see what's in them, each single one of those ingredients comes out of a tanker truck, okay? There's so many different uses, like the parts to your car. In the plastics, there's chemicals, and these chemicals go to plants and get processed, and I don't even know everything that goes into it because the industry is huge, but what I'm getting at is it's consistent year-round work. Now, sure, there's up and down periods as with any type of freight, but there's always going to be a need for tank drivers. So that's the first reason you should consider getting into tank driving, whether it be smooth bore, fuel hauling, food grade, whatever. So I've hauled a lot of different types of products too. In those 4 months that I was at that chemical company, I hauled a lot of different loads: combustible, corrosive, food grade. I did dry bulk, which is the pneumatic tankers, and that was also food grade. That was a lot different, and it took a lot longer to unload. So the first reason is consistency in the industry. Now, the second reason that you should get into tanking is, guys, it's not hard. Once you get your training is the biggest thing. When you're first starting to get into training, especially fuel hauling, you have to get your cards, you have to do all this stuff, you have to learn all this stuff, and it's completely different than any other type of trucking. You got to learn a lot of different things, and you're probably going to be in training for 4 to 6 weeks minimum when you're first starting. Now, for chemical, I was only in training, I think, 2 weeks. Now, having an automotive background kind of helps a little bit because I'm used to working with my hands and stuff, so that helped with all the valves and everything. I kind of know how like stuff works like that. Yeah, it's not hard work, guys. It's not backbreaking. You're connecting a few hoses, opening a valve, and everything's controlled with like air pressure. It's really easy once you get your routine down. And the main thing that you want to do is develop a routine and stick with that routine. Basically do something the same way every time, and you're not going to have any mistakes, okay? So yeah, that's the second reason. And I would say the third reason that you should get into tank driving is, guys, it's fun. Sure, it may get boring after a while, but it's fun. And you know, these products that we're hauling, like, people use gasoline every day, diesel every day. These chemicals are needed, you know, for these products that these companies make and everything. So there's sort of like a fulfillment in it. It's similar to when I was a mechanic, you know, and you fix a car and you give it back to the customer and you like, they're happy. You fix their car, now they can go to work or whatever. It's like you get that same kind of like, whenever you deliver your loads, it's kind of like, oh, that's cool, you know? So I don't think that'll ever go away. Yeah, it's just fun. Guys, think about getting into tank driving. This channel is going to be, I started making it to be about general trucking and everything, but it's pretty much turning into a fuel hauling channel. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I know I probably missed some things about tank driving, so leave them in the comments, help me out. For the people watching these videos, reading the comments, we all can share opinions and insight and experience in the comments. So let's get this community rolling, guys. I'm going to keep posting videos and everything. I appreciate you watching. Hit the like button if you would. If you haven't yet, subscribe. We'll see you.